SNL host Sydney Sweeney gave Meg the humiliation of a lifetime at the SNL stage last night. She was savaged. Hollywood's rising star Sydney Sweeney debuted as host of Saturday Night Live last night, and she did not hesitate to mock one of last year's most controversial figures, Meghan Markle, the Duchess of Sussex, whose alleged lying, manipulation, and exploitation of the royal family was the target of hilarious jokes, and royal family was also part of the Sweeney's harshness. It drove the audience away in stitches. She's known for her roles in Anyone But You, Euphoria, and White Lotus. She opened the show with a monologue poking fun at her career and personal life of her own, as well as the recent failure of Madam Webb, the superhero movie she starred in with Dakota Johnson. She also spoke up with rumors of having an affair with her co star, Glenn Powell. She denied it and joked that her real fiance was in her dressing room. But the highlight of the monologue was when Sweeney turned his attention to Meghan Markle, who was making headlines for her explosive interview with Oprah Winfrey, in which she made a number of shocking and unsubstantiated claims about the royal family, such as being racist, neglected, and isolation. Sweeney, a self proclaimed royal fan, did not mince words when expressing her disdain for Meghan and her actions. Speaking of drama queens, let's talk about Meghan Markle, Sweeney said. You know, I used to admire her. She's a successful actress, a humanitarian, and a feminist. She married a prince and became a duchess. She had it all. But then she threw it all away just to become a murder victim, to become a Saint Sweeney. Then she goes on to mock some of the most outrageous and contradictory statements Meghan has made in her interviews, such as saying she knew nothing about the royal family before marrying Harry, obviously a lie, and that she was silenced by the organization that she committed suicide but refused help, and that she was worried about the skin color of her son Archie. I mean, come on, Meghan. You expect us to believe that you didn't Google Harry before meeting him? You didn't know how to bow to the queen? You don't realize that being royal means having to follow certain rules and traditions? You don't think maybe just living in a palace with a bunch of old white people can be a bit racist when you don't have access to any mental health resources, even though you have $1 million mansion in California? And Oprah is your friend, so you're worried about Archie's skin color, even though he's literally the whitest kid I've ever seen? God. Sweeney said that literally, as the audience roared with laughter, she showed a clip of Meghan's interview in which she said that her and Harry not only survived but thrived in their new life, and contrasted it with the above clip of Harry looking miserable and bored with James Corden. She also compared Meghan's complaints about the royal family to real problems people are facing in the world, such as the pandemic, climate crisis, and poverty that Meghan needs to overcome on her own. You're not a victim. You're not a martyr. You're not a saint. You're a spoiled and narcissistic child who doesn't care about anyone but herself. You're not thriving. You're lying, and you're hurting the people who love and support you. You're hurting a 95-year-old queen who just lost her husband at the time. You're hurting Harry, who gave up everything for you and is now friendless, familyless, and purposeless. You're hurting the British people who welcomed you with open arms and gave you a fairy tale wedding. And you're hurting the millions of people who look up to you and admire you. You use your platform for good, not for drama, Sweeney said. As the audience cheered and applauded, Sweeney then ended her monologue by saying that she hopes Meghan will see the error of her ways and apologize to the royal family and to the public, and that she'll stop playing the victim and start acting like a actual duchess. She also said that she hopes that Harry will come to his senses and return to his family and the country where he belongs. She then thanked the audience for watching and introduced the musical guest.